Hello, besties.
And welcome to season 6, episode 2 of
So Rude.
I'm here with the glorious, the beautiful, the one, only queen with a dream, Sebb Argo.
You know it.
Yes.
I'm here with my baby boy.
Ayo, baby girl. What's
Dion Yorkie.
Such a good movie.
How you
I'm
doing,
so good. How are you?
Diongo?
We'll start it
I'm
off there with the
doing
date.
good.
We had a lovely date to see the
Before we
movies.
start that off.
Well, no, because we're bridging into Baby Girl. You already brought it up. Sebb was like,
okay.
almost in the theater. Oh, gee.
Yeah, I did. So we did go to see Baby Girl in theaters, and I did have I had several petit mort.
Some spoilers ahead.
You know what petit mort is?
Mm-hmm. It was the petit morts going on in the soundtrack, which was very White Lotus. Because it was like, and then they just layer it and make music.
Yeah. Petit mort is tiny death, which describes the big O. And that's what was me in the movie.
We knew. I knew, but I guess you're explaining for people listening.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
It is a podcast.
It is a podcast.
But I thought the movie was really good. Yeah, the soundtrack, as you were saying, was so good.
Yeah, soundtrack, 10 out of 10.
It was...
Visuals, like the lighting, the pacing, incredible.
I was just the whole time thanking Lord Jesus Christ himself that I wasn't high. Because I feel like if I was high watching the movie, I would have a panic attack and die.
Why?
Because of the soundtrack. I feel like when soundtracks are too intense.
No, like I feel like the soundtrack for Substance was more intense.
No, that was pump it up.
No. The Substance has parts which are like genuinely stress inducing.
Well, that's the thing about the Substance. It doesn't give me stress.
Because remember the third time we watched it, I was like, it made me super anxious. And I was like, oh my God, it's like the sounds are so much.
You were having a panic attack in the best scene.
It was like a sensory overload kind of vibes. So I feel like with this one, it's more like White Lotus vibe. So I liked it because I love the White Lotus.
White Lotus always trips me out with the music.
But like it's cool.
Like it's cool, but it trips me out.
Fair enough. But like Baby Girl compared to The Substance, what would you rate?
Well, are
you giving them both 10 out of 10?
They're two complete different works of art.
That's what I'm saying.
They're telling different stories. And you know what? Woman stories
out
matter.
of 10, what would you give for each?
I would give The Substance, I would give a 10.
I knew that.
And Baby Girl,
that's
I
why
would give
that's
a
why
10.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm like comparing it because I knew Substance is like a win for you, like a 100% movie.
It's like my level.
So I was like, is Baby Girl is she meeting that vibe for you?
Yes. Well, because I feel like I love a story about women's stories. Like anything with a strong female lead, I love.
Exactly. And it's like when it subverts what you expect in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
That's what's the best part.
Because I was expecting
some thought went behind it.
Seeing the trailer and the title, Baby Girl, and I was like, saw the trailer and I was like, okay, I guess it's going to be like a 50 Shades kind of vibe.
I really watched like literally 4 seconds of the trailer and that's what I came to the conclusion of. So I was like, okay, yeah, there's not really anything else we want to see. Like Sonic 2, no thanks.
Oh my God.
Sonic 3,
which I don't know how they keep making. Who is watching Sonic?
And it was I like how it wasn't like about Christmas, because the first like few seconds it's like got something to do with Christmas on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh, have I just been accidentally suckered into a Christmas movie in January?
Yeah, because we were late to it because it came out during Christmas.
But it wasn't like relevant.
No. I think just the vibes of Christmas. But no,
they
I don't
lean
think
themselves to
but
romance.
Yeah, because this one wasn't anything like 50 Shades. It was way more like psychological.
Okay.
Way more about like female pleasure and like standing up, like women being unapologetic about their pleasure and what they want.
Yeah, and so instead of it being like stigmatized in society.
Yeah. Because it's like, how many movies is there like that about men?
No,
way too many.
And the way that they told the story, I was just very captivated.
And The two leads. I wouldn't say the three leads because honestly, Antonio Banderas doesn't do it to me. For me, I know a lot of people out there have crushes on Antonio Banderas.
Well, that's fine. Each to their own, and I shall not be partaking in that.
Yeah, no, I was just like not into it ever since Spy Kids. Because did you watch Spy Kids when you were little?
I wasn't as like religious to it as you.
Oh my god, I was religious to Spy
Well,
Kids.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've seen it a bajillion times, but
Then you were religious to it.
I mean, because it was on like every party you'd go to, everyone's house you'd go to.
Oh, you were going to Spy Kids parties?
No, you know when you like go to a friend's house, I feel like Spy Kids was the moment on TV.
In my house it was always Mean Girls.
Can't relate. Okay.
But no, because a lot of people were saying that in Spy Kids, the dad and the mom
I painted this mug, by the way. Y'all check it.
Wow.
So cute.
A lot of people were saying that in Spy Kids, the parents were like their sexual awakening, their bisexual awakening, which I get it for the mom. She's gorgeous, but just Antonio Banderas has
Now
never
I'm
done
seeing
it for
the
me.
dad. That's wild.
Right? He was
I
way
didn't make
younger.
the connection.
But
still no. Like I don't know the actor's name who plays opposite the lead in the movie. But he's more the type we're going for.
Oh, the main
You know his
guy.
name?
What's his name? Harrison Dickinson?
That's his real
No?
name? I didn't.
Is it Harrison
I knew you would do
Dickinson?
the research, so
I just made that up.
didn't bother.
I just made that up
Oh,
completely,
you're like-
but maybe it
you're
is
like
correct.
Harrison Dickinson.
Because I think I read it somewhere. Let's
So
see.
I was watching Islands or something.
Harrison Dickinson.
Is that it? Because I was watching
There's
another
an
movie he was in
IMDb.
recently, and Seb was not into it. What?
I was right.
Yeah,
was
Harris
correct.
Dickinson, not Harrison.
Oh.
Triangle of Sadness was a very popular recommended movie in 2022. So I
And
watched
let me
that the other
just
day
say
because it was
that
on.
brought joy to my triangle of pleasure.
No, it didn't. That you're false and fake as bitch.
Me?
Yes, you were all like, what is this? You fell asleep. I didn't even get to finish it, and then the next day I was like, do you want to finish that movie? And you were like, no.
Well,
and then cut to us
Dion-
seeing this, you're like, oh my god, it's that guy again. And I was like, yeah, I knew you thought he was
Triangle
hot
of
from that
Sickness,
movie.
my number one movie. No, because you said it was.
I don't think.
Dion, you were like, oh, do you want to watch this comedy scary movie? And I'm like, yeah, I love a comedy scary.
You didn't even watch, like, the plane goes down, they end up on an island. It gets crazy.
They were in a boat, not a plane.
No, they went on a plane and everyone started puking on each other.
It was a boat.
Okay, a boat. And then
Did
they
you
ended
even
up,
watch it, bitch?
and then they went on the island.
I don't know. I fell asleep.
Well, I was half.
But
I was half
thought,
watching
like,
it. I was
thought
half
it
on my
was
phone.
good, but it was just very je ne sais quoi.
No, like it
Very-
wasn't nearly as good as Babygirl.
No.
It was giving a different energy.
No, it was more artsy. Like
Yeah.
more like because I do like a.
and it was
an
2.5
art-
hours. Like you had to give it your
Exactly,
time.
it's an art film. Like I do like an art cinema movie,
Mm.
but when I'm in the mood for it, if I'm like about to go to
How
sleep,
are you,
I
when
want
are you in the mood for it? Like what does that constitute?
not about to go to bed.
So you want like a charcuterie board, 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. or like maybe in the movie theater, like something that I'm like actively engaging, not that I just want to like passively watch before I.
But the
nod
Babygirl,
out.
you want to be in the theater to feel the vibrations.
Babygirl, I want it to be in 4D with a cucumber, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, honestly, private viewing of that movie would be very much different than
Right.
in a public option. Yeah.
And it was like, it was so cool, the shots with the dog and like the way they made it all. There wasn't that many shots of his body as I would have liked, but I'll forgive.
I mean, there was options available.
Yeah, there was lots. But
It
you
was
know,
not visually
I just
unappealing.
saw this guy. I know where he was familiar from.
Where?
From the Triangle of Sadness, that movie that you showed us.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I am,
No, from what's it called? Where the crawdads sing.
he was in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
think
knew we knew him from somewhere.
He was the bully that
before
almost.
Triangle. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, I've seen him in something.
He's the bully that almost attacks her.
Oh.
Or I think that actually attacks her. Remember?
Oh my god. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Yeah, but he is. I was walking. Well, like in the movie theater when he goes, "Good girl." To what's her name? Naomi Watts? No.
What?
I keep forgetting her name as well.
Her name is definitely not Naomi Watts.
What's her name? Oh, you don't know either.
What?
babe.
Yeah, I do. Her name is Nicole Kidman.
Oh, are you kidding?
Nicole
Kidman. No, when he says to Nicole Kidman, "Good girl," I literally audibly gasped. I was like,
Seb came a little. Let's be very real.
I was like,
it was full on. It was on site.
Yeah, it's just like the dynamic that those two had.
I feel like it's me and you. Like while we were watching at certain points, I was like, I want to make this kind of movie with you.
Oh,
because I feel like we always say, oh, make a camp movie or blah blah blah, but it'd be cool to capture a more like authentic experience.
I think we can definitely do that. We do love to make out on camera.
We do, and it's genuine.
And we do love a steamy scene, and we
it's
are
not really
good.
making out on like, because people always we were talking about this the other day, like people saying, oh, y'all make out on camera, blah blah blah. Is it real? And it's like that's like our love language. So it was natural as creators to just film that,
capture it. Yeah, like we always kiss. We do kiss.
So
a
it was
lot,
like okay, yeah.
And yeah, like it's like we're saying, like I always wanted to capture a lot of things.
Me too. So I feel like we're always finding new ways to create, and that's exciting.
Yeah, and I feel like we all as well do it just for the memories of it all.
It's almost like a moving photo.
Yeah. A video? Yeah.
No, but in the way that like we would be doing kissing photos everywhere when we started dating. So it's cool how we're so quick at short content now, because we see as like, oh, this is
we
like
make stories.
Yeah, it's like frozen in time, and it also ends up being super like fun little skits. Like I feel like we've gotten so natural at it that like.
I know.
Just
oh my
cool.
god,
it's cool how it makes different memories.
We did a really fun, skitty one with our besties, Mel and Vicky. Shout out besties.
Yeah. And
in
like,
the snow.
And them being like, "Oh, we should do it like this." It's cute.
Yeah, they had like it was kind of their idea, no? Like Vicky kind of like directed it.
Because it started because we were playing Twister at this arcade. And then it was like you had to bend over each other, Twister, you know? And then shout out to Vicky, was like, oh, maybe we should like, you know, I'll be the third in the relationship.
Yeah.
Of us three like playing this game. And then
I was talking about the snow one.
Yeah, because that one first went like viral on Instagram. And then so we're walking in the snow and we're like all vibing. We're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to put dialogue in it. But then Vicky was like, oh my God, how you doing? It was so funny. I was like, I have to keep the dialogue in this.
And with the little emoji captions, it's so great.
I know.
Because you get like the music, you get the story.
So
you get
go
it all.
check it out.
It's like mini, like a mini like reality show.
But yeah, I know. But
so
what do you rate Babygirl?
Babygirl for me, okay, so like Triangle of Sadness, I'm giving a 7. I have to finish it. But I know I got pretty far and I was like, like Babygirl, it was what?
It wasn't bad, but
what do you give it from what you saw?
Triangle of Sadness?
6?
No,
7.
I think 7.
For him, 7. Maybe we have to finish it because he's in it.
No,
now that we've seen Babygirl.
Oh, because it was...
So Babygirl would be a 10 for me. Like,
yeah.
I went into it being like, oh, this is going to be like worse than 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not going to enjoy it that much. So that was nice to see like the difference.
My only note would be that Antonio Banderas kind of like was secretly gay all this time, and then he makes out with the guy as well, and then they all have a threesome.
It could have been more Sense8 vibes in the end where they have a threesome. I would have loved that. Like kind of like making a commentary on, because you know how she brought up that he
never gave her an orgasm.
No, the other guy, the other man. How he like was kind of like a mirror ball, like he would like put on to what the other person needed. So then I was like, it'd be cool to see if he was like, because he was saying he didn't want like a girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
So if he like put that same mirror ball energy onto the man, like you were saying, this man who might have like some also sexual like desires outside of his relationship.
Yeah.
And then like the threesome that could occur through that would have been intriguing to like play on the story.
Because then at the end you see like she gets the power for her pleasure back, and she's telling the husband like do this, do that. So it'd be cool to see that.
And I feel like that was empowering and relatable to us, because we always are like that recently too. I feel like we know when we want to say no in a certain situation, maybe not specifically sexually, but still.
Yeah, in life, as you should.
As you should. Well, when that guy tries to blackmail her, she's like, it's not happening.
I know. Shut the fuck up, Sebastian.
So fucking good.
Let's move on to the main event.
Wait, do you have any other shows you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Traitors. That's the main event of the show.
Of course. So, oh my God, it got wild and wet real quick. They released 3 episodes off the bat.
Yeah.
So that was like, just orgasmic.
Which was
as a stand, and we were waiting for it. And Bob being, okay, spoilers ahead. Bob being a traitor,
I know,
was like,
Bob had to be a traitor.
It just satisfied the fan in us, and like it could have gone
Bob's a
so
drag
wrong.
queen, by the
it
way.
could have gone so wrong.
Yeah,
when like Wes shows up, we just got rid of Wes on the House of Villains. He got top 2. He almost won, and I would have been so annoyed.
For a little, I was so pissed.
He didn't.
I was like, why is there so many straight males?
Yeah, I mean they have Rob.
Who asked for this?
So Rob is one of the traitors. But imagine it, they did it like Rob, Derek, Wes as the traitors. Girl, I'd be out within the first 20 minutes.
Because Bob is doing a good job. Like,
by far the best.
It's such a good traitor. And then like people online are complaining.
Well, he got out the housewives, and the housewives, like, you know, for their exit interview like moment, they're obviously going to bring the drama, and one of them was on to, I forget their name, one of them was on to Bob. So Bob, that's the game, right? You kill the ones who are onto you. So Bob did a great job.
Yeah. And then also it's like, I feel like if it wasn't a queer person, people would be like, oh, they're such good traitors. But because it's Bob, they're like kind of like giving microaggressions, being like, oh,
yeah, it's been bad on X.
He's too loud and too big, but like, he needs to calm down. It's like
you're just uncomfortable with someone so sure in themselves, and someone like Bob who just carries himself so beautifully as a person. Like, it's so cool to see Bob being so like outspoken on the show,
right? And when he comes to Zac Efron's brother and goes,
what'd he say?
Okay, pretty boy.
Oh my God, when he came, yeah, I gotta rewatch some of the scenes because it was so good.
Was so
like
funny.
Came for them, and it's like, oh, it's going down in the table tonight. Like, I've been called. You're not ready. Is so good.
Because it's like what you want in the show. Like, I wouldn't want like just a boring show.
Yeah, where they always sit there and like, oh, I don't know, teehee. Like, no, shut the fuck up and play the game.
Right.
And Bob isn't like there to fuck around because Bob knows reality TV, and I really like, in my fantasy, Bob wins.
Yeah, I think Bob will win.
But do you think there's a chance that more people are going to be on to, like, I know some other people are bringing up Bob's name, so do you think it's going to be more of a topic and Bob's going to have to get out of hot water?
Yeah, I think definitely he'll have to get out of hot water. He'll have to get out Zac Efron's brother because he was onto him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's sus.
But at first I didn't like Zac Efron's brother. I was like, I didn't even know Zac Efron had a brother.
And now you're fucking thirsty.
And then they showed him shirtless. I was like,
I missed the scene.
Zac Efron's brother.
On my phone, Seb's like, oh my God, did you see that? I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I get it now. I get why he's a brother.
Okay.
No, but yeah, and then he sounds just like Zac Efron. Like,
really vibe.
I would close my eyes, and it was like I was hearing young Zac Efron.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a 7. I'll give a 7 out of 10 for that, Rudy. Oh, queen.
I do.
Latte's
I'm waiting
sneaking in over here.
I wish Phaedra was back because she was so good at Traitors.
Yeah, you really like Phaedra. You keep talking about her.
Yeah, because I watched a video of her being a traitor, and I was like, oh, she was so good.
Yeah, maybe they'll bring her back. You never know.
But other than her, I like Bob and what's her name? The other one that's a traitor.
My top 3 is Bob, Brittany from Big Brother, and Carolyn from Survivor.
Is Brittany the one that?
Brittany and Carolyn are my blondes of the season.
Oh, which one was the one that got voted out by the blonde girl from Big Brother?
Yeah, you're talking about the housewife with the little like updo.
No, I'm talking about
the little short hair moment.
There are 2 Big Brother people that one of them got voted out by the other Big Brother person in Big Brother, and then one of them is a traitor.
Yeah, Brittany.
But she's not blonde.
Oh, the one who is a traitor.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Well, she's iconic.
I worry for her.
Yeah, because she's so obvious.
She's
when
so
she
obvious.
was crying when somebody got kicked out the first week and bombing her.
Yeah, because I was thinking of claiming her as one of my faves,
I'm like,
and I was like,
don't cry.
but I'm not going to because I just think it's been a little not subtle.
Yeah.
In a way that's like, what are we doing here? Whereas like Brittany, I know from Big Brother, is very like cunning and conniving. So I'm excited to see how she plays as a innocent. What are they called?
Faithful. Oh my God, Alan Cummings outfit.
Have been really. He's won me over because I used to be like it was for me. I was like, I just want to get to the point of the show. I don't need all this like extra scenes of the host. But now I'm like, wow, I appreciate.
Oh no,
what
it was
he's giving.
iconic.
So good.
Because every scene he just gives and gives,
literally
and
like
gives.
a true giver.
And I do need all those outfits. Like
and that's like our closet basically.
Right.
I'm like, that's our closet every year when we're cleaning it out. We're like, Alan, just take the leftovers here, honey. We got lots for you to rock on the show.
I would like to see his closet. Like, imagine.
Oh my God, could we do a video like touring
Alan Cummings closet.
Iconic gay celebrities.
Oh
closets.
yeah, we should do that. Rating gay celebrities closet.
We have a whole walk-in closet,
it's called
and it's
out of the closet.
It's specifically like a thing for us. Like I feel like we are full-time stylists because for our creator content we style everything.
True.
Music videos, we've always styled everything.
Or when we have like when we go film for shows or things like that, we always bring our own clothes and they're like,
amazed.
This is amazed. Fabulous. Whose clothes are these? And we're like, it's ours. And they're like, oh my God, you got the what we were asking for. And I'm like, yeah, right? I know how to read.
I brought our clothes to a laundromat and they were like, I'm sorry, but these
not
are not
a
from
laundromat, Dion.
Dry cleaners.
To a dry cleaners.
They're like, these are not from Canada. These clothes are fabulous. And I was like, well, thank you very much.
You gave me flashbacks to when we would go to the laundromat at 3 a.m. to do our laundry.
It's actually really romantic. Like, we've almost been together for 10 years.
It was very cute.
10 years. But before we blink, it's going to be September. That's 10 years.
Ding.
Crazy.
Wow. And with Latte, almost 9 years, baby.
And another one who keeps giving for me is Caroline. Caroline is queen of my heart. I loved her on Survivor because she's just so ferociously quirky on camera. Like, herself is such a fearlessly quirky person.
Which one's Caroline?
Like, it's not being like, oh, I'm quirky. It's like she actually is the quirkiest person I've ever seen.
Which one's Caroline?
Oh, she talks like this. It's awful. Oh. She's a traitor. The blonde.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. She's great. That was an awful impression, but she's iconic, and I'm very excited to see her because she was one of my all-time favorite Survivor players, and a lot of people bring her up for like being on Survivor 50 when they do like bringing back legends. So that would be cool to see her on this, and then that.
I'm here for Chriselle.
Oh my God, I forgot about Chriselle. I knew there was someone.
She's always so.
She's not gonna win. Like, I think it's like a lost cause there. Like,
well, no, maybe
it doesn't feel like her kind of strategy.
Because I think she plays it up.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see how far she goes.
I think she'll get far. Cause like,
I know she is sneaky.
Yeah.
So
she's dealt with Christine, so
fair enough. And she's not coming in there for no reason. Like,
no.
I can't imagine her going home early.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll surprise me.
She'll deal with things.
She will, yes. And what do you think about Bob in the round tables? Do you think he's doing the best, or is there anyone else that's like that level?
I have to watch more. I think Bob was doing really good.
I liked the other housewife.
Oh, the other traitor did good.
I need to know their names. I barely know anyone's names.
The other traitor did good when he was getting Tony out, when he was like, oh, he kind of like threw him under the bus to save Bob. I was like, okay, I like you now.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because before I was like,
was crazy,
I don't know if I like this
so
straight man.
Which one, Tony? Rob.
Yeah.
Boston Rob. He is so cunning from Survivor. Like, he's a legend. He's won, I think, multiple times.
And he used to be really hot. What happened?
I'm glad you know the lore. Yeah, he was like America's sweetheart.
Yeah, I found it on Twitter, and they were all like, this was Rob? I'm like, he was robbed of his looks.
Well,
he didn't take the substance.
Don't be so
I'm kidding.
savage.
I'm kidding. It's so rude, not so nice. It's a joke.
Take it as a joke, people. So, yeah, I do appreciate it. It was a flawless execution. And, like, Tony, who we got out, is
I hate
another
it,
Survivor
Tony.
legend. So he was a threat. And for Rob to just be like, I know this guy's going to be a problem for me. I'm cutting him out early and doing it like as a blind side. You could tell Tony thought he would work with him. It's like, damn, like that's why Rob is such a great player on reality TV, is because like we love seeing ruthless behavior.
Because that's what you have to do. You have to remind yourself what you want. It's like, did you come here for the friendships or the money?
Very 100%. And we would play that way.
Yeah.
I know it.
Absolutely.
I know it. But that's all I have for Traitors. Did you have anything else?
No, that was all for Traitors.
I just wanted to hit up
Faithfuls.
Dexter. I need to go on a rant.
What happened with Dexter?
Girl, so Dexter Original Sin happened. Dexter New Blood was basically the one they came out with a few years ago, and it's with the son.
Which was kind of like a reach, I think.
But at the end, they kind of, spoiler, showed like Dexter dying, and the son is like still there. So then you think, okay, Dexter's going to somehow be alive and come back in the new one, and then the son's going to have this cool story. So after a while, it kind of grew on me, and I was like ready for the new season, which is apparently going to be Dexter Resurrection coming later this year.
Oh, so he does come back to life?
That's my theory, but apparently the resurrection will continue with Dexter and his son, so we'll see how that happens. But in this one, then Dexter Original Sin, it goes back to Dexter when he's younger, which in the first 2 episodes, seeing like the characters from the original season younger and like more than just Dexter and how they did the details was really cool. But now it's really got me so upset because there's no stakes, because we know who Dexter is.
Because it's just like a repetition
does.
of the other show, but before.
Yeah.
I
So,
feel like they should have done
don't
that, but as a movie instead.
That'd be cool.
Right? Because that way it's just like more like just a one-time event.
For the Dexter's past.
Yeah, for Dexter's past. And that way it's not like a whole show that every episode is just the same without really moving forward, because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like we want to see Dexter.
Yeah.
The OG actor.
Well, the other one is kind of hot as well.
Yeah, but seeing Dexter in New Blood was really cool. So in Resurrection, I want him to come back. But I liked it. It was like, I give it 10 out of 10 for effort. But yeah, it's kind of like, it is what it is. If you're a Dexter fan.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I never really got into it until now. I like it now. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Cute. Cutesy.
Yeah, you know who I don't like anymore?
Who?
I threw my phone into the ground.
Sebb! That's what I wanted to talk about. It's tragic.
What's her name?
I have been a
Carrie
stan of her
Underwood.
since before she won American Idol. Like, from the auditions,
Really?
I was...
Oh my god, you were into American... How old were you?
Sebb, I was obsessed with American Idol at that time. Then it fell
Were
off
you a
for me.
little
Like, by the time
toddler
Katy
watching
Perry...
American Idol?
Oh, yeah. By the time Katy Perry was in it, I was over the show. Way before that.
Oh.
Like, by the time Ellen was in it, I think.
Ellen was in it?
Wasn't she? I was over it.
Ellen doesn't sing.
Girl, she was a judge.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, but don't you have to be a singer to judge?
No, it got crazy. It fell off for me.
God.
But way back when Carrie was on it, baby, let me tell you, like, that was my coming of age moment for like wanting to pursue singing. Yeah.
Was she like...
She core memory for me of her winning.
She performed there. She won.
Yeah.
American Idol.
Yeah. She won American Idol.
Idea.
And it was a core memory for me, her singing the finale song. Me and my mom watched it. They put gold confetti. She had a gold dress on.
Oh.
It was iconic.
What was the finale song?
It was on the tip of my tongue. Let me look it up. It's a very, very iconic moment. So then to see this news, like, it really did throw me. I saw it and I was like, wow, this headline actually shook me. Like, things don't usually shake me, but I was so upset.
Yeah, if you don't know, Carrie Underwood is performing at the Donald Trump inauguration, which I don't know if she'll perform because I don't know if it's going to actually happen. I don't see it in the future, but she says she's performing in the inauguration, which I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I get it, I guess, because she's a country performer. Like, who are we kidding? Yeah. Apparently she was like an anti-vaxxer in 2020.
So I didn't really like keep up with her politics, which is unfortunate because obviously she's really not, I don't know, supporting human rights.
Right, because it's like different, because it's not like it's just any other president. This president has been fueled by, like, he's been fueled by hate and racism and misogyny and everything. So it's like, it does kind of break it.
Yeah, and how does she go from like, I got the song, being like, I wanna be inside your heaven, like that glorious voice singing that.
What song is that?
Take me to the place you cry from when the sun blows. Such a good song.
That was beautiful.
No, but she sings it beautifully, and she fucking tore my little heart out as a little gay. And now I'm over here like, anyways, stream Gracie Abrams, stream Casey Musgrave. Our new girlies have just, they need to come in now and actively like speak down and be like, Carrie Underwood, what you doing, girl?
Right.
Give me some of that country drama.
Like, I don't get it.
Well, it pisses me off.
And you know who also
because
is performing?
The gays have always supported Carrie. Like, it's very clear when Katie hits the stage, Carrie hits the stage, like, girl, there's a lot of gays in the audience. Those country gays are coming hard for you.
Right? Like, I think only gays saying, through the gay
into the side. Girl, I know every word. So, like,
not anymore.
I will not be playing it before he cheats again. I will not be playing fucking
Everyone was like,
Blown
now
Away.
I know why he cheated.
Girl, till it's all blown away with you, Carrie Underwood.
And then...
Because your career has just tanked.
Oh, yeah, you did love that song.
I sing that. That's one of my go-to shower songs. I love it for personal reasons that I won't get into. It's crazy.
And did you
I hate
know
her
who
now. I'm
else is
so
performing
angry at
with
Miss
her?
Carrie.
You know who else is performing? Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well,
girl, now I know when Miley stopped talking to you.
That's a tank. Yeah, we know Miley cut that out. Well, it's just like what we're not going to do in 2025 is take your garbage with us.
Exactly.
Take it out yourself.
Take it out yourself. And you know what? We are just a few days away from the departure of TikTok from the US.
Well, what do you feel about it? How does your heart feel as like a person who has had multiple TikTok accounts deleted in the past?
I know. I feel like because of that, I'm kind of desensitized.
I think it's healthy.
But
that's what I'm saying.
also-
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how do you feel as someone coming from a perspective as, like, you have been a content creator for over a decade? You have this perspective of like not feeling like it's the end all be all of like social media is there as a tool, but it's not like if it goes away, you're not going to be helpless.
Yeah.
So what's your perspective?
Because I think I've seen it all.
Yeah.
No, and also because like in Canada, we kind of got the shit end of the stick of TikTok because we were never able, from the jump, because we were never able to monetize it. We were never able to like get the creator fund or anything.
Repetitive feeling for platforms to do that in Canada.
Yeah, for me right now, I was like, well, if they deleted it here, I'd be like, I would still be posting everywhere else, just not on TikTok because you can't. So like people in the US are like, oh, my small business and everything, which I get because it did help a lot of small businesses and everything.
But just as a culture, like of people, as a society, we just naturally use the tools that are available to us to market ourselves and our businesses, right? So like people like in small businesses, it was in the recent like last 5 years that they got into using social media as a marketing tool. So whatever is next or whatever happens after before TikTok, it's gonna just shift.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like whatever it is, there's always gonna be a next thing.
Yeah, and we are the type of people to always explore those options.
Yeah, whether that is like Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever, or even Red Notes. Whichever will come and then go again, and they'll come again and then go again, and it's just a process. So
what do you know about Red Note? I know it's just like a new app everyone's downloading.
So I kind of
that's also owned by China, right?
Yeah, Red Note, it's also owned by China, which is so funny because the TikTok is getting deleted because it's owned by China,
which essentially is coming down to a problem of, as we're seeing in a lot of American politics, this scary notion of control. Yeah, that like people's freedoms are going to be stripped drastically, and TikTok being taken away is like a weapon of that. Yeah, allegedly.
And they kind of like, because I feel like the government in the US really likes to make an enemy, like really likes to make like a bad guy. So they're like, oh, China is the bad guy.
Like this typical storyline that we see people buy into, but it's just a repeated bias. Like it's a cycle.
So then like people were downloading Red Note and finally like interacting with people from China and everything. They're like, oh my God, everyone's so nice, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, girl, what did you think? Did you think that everyone in China hated you? No, you're just being told by your president that.
So because China blocked TikTok, so like people couldn't contact before through TikTok?
So like China had TikTok is a Chinese app or something.
Yeah, like owned.
But they have a separate TikTok. Like TikTok has like a TikTok for everywhere in the world, and then a separate TikTok for China.
Yeah, which is like a thing of control in their politics.
Yeah, in their politics, because they want to be able to like censor whatever.
Exactly.
Kind of like a little bit of gay content, which is kind of problematic. We'll get into it. But then that's not the one that everyone's using. Everyone's using Red Note, which is like a different one, which is kind of like a Instagram vibes.
Right.
But I like it. It's iconic. And I made an account in it.
Well, I feel like in the notion of protest against the idea of controlling, freedom of speech, it is cool to just be like, oh, we're just going to not use an American app because
go to another Chinese
you guys
app.
are being fucking annoying.
Because mind your own business, US. But
so, yeah,
then
you gotta see the
I
different
made
layers.
our account there. At first I made one that was called Dion and Sebb, and it was blowing up, mama. And also because we do have a lot of Chinese fans. We've talked about this, like, since we started doing YouTube videos, people will download our videos from YouTube and post them on Bilibili.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing about YouTube and how we always say, like, our fans have always inspired us. It's because that allowed the YouTube audience allowed it to be so global so quickly. So yeah, we saw like our videos being shared in multiple countries on different platforms, and when you see that happening, and then these huge fan bases of people, like you meet them in real life when you go around the world, it's like, wow, it's very like, it makes the connection to the audience and like those stories,
Much
those inspiring stories.
real.
Yeah, so real.
But then right now, in the first account that was blowing up, a lot of our Chinese fans were like, oh my God, is it really you? Oh my God, I've seen you from so long. Blah. And I was like, hi.
Well, hopefully they find our new account.
But then that account got banned because
we're getting our TikTok treatment early on the Red Note.
We kissed a lot, I guess.
But
which one of the Chinese fans did tell me, they were like, just be aware because a lot of the gay content here gets banned.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, Americans, have this notion that they think it's not getting banned, but yeah, like they do ban gay content.
Well, I mean, you are going to like, it's not like TikTok. TikTok was different because it was like
more American.
Yeah, was it like hosted in the US or something?
Like like in the beginning. Remember, in the beginning, TikTok was horrible because it wasn't that Occidental.
Okay, I don't know what that word means, but yeah,
like Oriental is that way, Occidental is this way, I think.
Okay,
like Americanized,
right?
Like before the TikTok headquarters were more Americanized, they were very
gay
homophobic.
content would be deleted.
Yeah,
all the time,
remember all the time.
Well, it's just great when platforms are just like that. Like we can't operate on those platforms obviously because we're a queer couple.
Yeah,
but
I found ways around
your
it.
little adventures. Like launching new accounts.
Yeah, girl, I've been translating nonstop. I want to learn Chinese, but I've been translating nonstop. I like take screenshots, go to Google, translate the screenshot, then I type it again. We stand. It's
I'm doing
skill.
this new thing where I'm trying out putting different subtitles from different places on my YouTube videos too.
Oh yeah.
Because like I see large amounts of my audience from places that are not English speaking countries as a first language. And I'm like, well, if AI...
They should enjoy the gayness as well.
I don't use AI for like research or anything because I don't need that. Like I'm a graduate with a bachelor. I can do research without AI. But if AI is going to help me make fast subtitles in another language, like that is such a sickening thing because people are just always saying on videos like, oh, I want it in this language, this language, and there's only so much you can do, but I think it's fun AI to just be like, oh, today I'm going to do it in this language.
Because if you do the auto captions, is that AI or just that's just auto captions?
AI will do it in a language I don't know.
Oh.
So I can't do those subtitles. Because like before you could pay expensive companies to
do it for you.
But like it was so pricey and ridiculous per video and like just unrealistic.
But now our new account on Red Note is Sebb and Dion, just like our Snapchat, just like our OnlyFans. So go check it out. Follow us there.
It's popping off, so go give the love over there. We post every day.
And we will miss you, my American friends, on TikTok. We will still be posting on TikTok, but we'll miss you, Americans.
And I'm sure you'll be back. I don't see it happening for long.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a feminine anonymous coming soon. I keep saying it, but it is coming.
I want to play a little game.
Oh, what's the game?
The game is called How Rude.
I love it already.
Or how rude.
How rude.
How rude. Or how rude.
How rude.
So you decide. First one, a boss firing you and writing loser on your final paycheck.
How rude.
How rude. What's that giving?
How rude.
You think it's how rude? Okay. Someone rolling down their car window and looking at you and going, "You're ugly," and driving away. How rude. Someone not eating food that you made for them.
How rude. I
What
think these are all giving the same rude level.
Okay. What about not trying to, like, someone's not eating your dessert you offer them?
How rude.
Okay. What about a facialist recommending further advanced treatments?
How rude.
What about Luigi Mangione, or Mangi as I like to say?
How rude.
I haven't even said it.
I don't care.
Luigi Mangione. Oh, seeing if it triggered you to do that again.
How rude.
Luigi Mangione not replying to your love letters.
Oh, how rude. But Luigi replying. How rude.
Baby girl, come over here. Give me those letters.
Oh.
Anyway, so that was my little game.
Let's talk about it. Bad Bunny's new album. Oh my God.
How rude.
Did you listen to it?
How sexy.
You didn't.
No, I heard two songs.
Ow.
And then I heard you say that his voice is so hot.
No, though.
You did say that.
Yeah, let me express my feelings.
About his voice, his cock, his abs, what are you into?
Like his voice, just the way he was singing the lyrics. He's singing in Spanish kind of like, oh, I don't know, like, we fucked so crazy, but, and I was like, oh girl, you're singing it to me right now in my ears, kind of.
Mm-hmm. So you liked that?
Yeah.
That's hot.
I'm not saying you should start singing like that to me when we're doing sex.
What? You think I'm gonna just start singing during sex?
Bad Bunny.
During sex. When have I ever sang during sex?
Well, that face he gave wasn't like good to know.
I was just saying you're hot. That's all I was saying.
You're hot, baby. No, but it was really good, and I feel like it was just so fresh.
So fresh. Play it on the playlist while we have sex. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds better. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Or did you have more to say about Bad Bunny?
How rude.
How rude. You know what would be fucking how rude?
What?
So rude, actually. Being the entire cast of Gilmore Girls for a party. Like, we got all our friends and everyone has to pick a character.
Oh, a Gilmore party.
Yeah. And we do like a little dinner, like the grandmas.
That'd be cute. And a diner.
And then it goes to a diner, and then you go to...
Who would you be from Gilmore Girls?
It's a toss-up for me between the grandma and the bestie, the chef.
Melissa McCarthy.
Crazy Paris could be funny.
Oh, Paris. Yeah, I think you give Paris.
I don't give Paris, you bitch.
No, like your aura.
Ugh, that is rude.
I think your aura gives Paris. My aura sometimes gives the grandma, I think.
I think I give the grandma.
Yeah, you give the grandmas with all trust.
You give Lorelai.
Loreline.
Lorelai.
You give Rory. I'm kidding. No, there's someone I know.
How very dare you.
Rory.
Did you hear about the Kanye West allegedly tea?
No. What was that?
Well, we talk about him only in
short
the downfall
amounts.
Yeah, the downfall. So apparently he's traveling abroad to avoid lawsuits related to the person who doesn't deserve to be mentioned on this pod.
What? Which one?
You know which one.
The lawsuit. Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Diddy.
Oh.
So Kanye's...
oh, really?
Allegedly he's traveling abroad to avoid lawsuits. And I'm like, well, yes, because that's the only way to avoid these lawsuits.
To avoid these lawsuits?
Unless you're, of course, he could have won the presidency.
Yeah, that's
and
so
avoid
stupid.
lawsuits that way.
But isn't there like isn't there like Is this just in the movies when there's like a global police, like a
What's happening
FBI or
What's
something?
happening
The
there?
UN don't only have
We
a
need
police
it.
system that can be like, okay,
That's what I thought United Nations was. Like they had a little cute team like in Star Wars,
right?
and they come in and beep, beep, boop. You can't do this, sir. That breaks general world happiness.
Yeah, world
Bye.
rules. Like you would think that there's like a thing around the world that is like, oh, we see this person is gonna cause a lot of problems in the world. Let's step in before it gets bad. Like, aren't we at that point already?
Yeah, it's like
Haven't we been through enough?
it's really the who's who of who's that, because like they're just so poised for the attack. You know?
Yeah. Because no, there's so many dictators. There's so many things like that. It's like, isn't there a power that goes?
A nice source
And
of
takes-
accountability.
Yeah, and takes this dictator out.
It's a dictator. That's what we need.
It's a dick move.
We need them to take
honey.
the dick out of dictator. Girl, that got so rude. Hello. This is the Fairy Rude Mothers, and how may we help you?
Dear fairy rude mothers,
Ooh, this is so rude of you.
my best friend just had a baby. We were in shock when he came out. He looked all purple and powdery. It's been a few months now.
Not the purple and powdery. Girl.
It's been a few months now, and the baby is the ugliest
It's
baby I've
giving
ever
Turkish delight.
seen.
It's giving Turkish delight. It's giving extravagant dessert sweets.
That's all.
XOXO gossip
So
girl.
you just wanted to write in to say that the baby's ugly. Your best friend's baby is ugly.
My best friend's baby's ugly.
Oh, that's kind of Lana Del Rey song. Oh, no. Well, it is a known fact. My cousin just had a baby, and he was saying that...
Babies are hideous.
No, I was going to say that the babies came out... that his baby came out purple and powdery, kind of like a Mexican
Babies are
candy.
ugly.
Dion thinks babies are ugly.
I think babies could be prettier.
I think... Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Should
about
the
it.
babies take the substance?
Should the babies take a dose of once every week? Girl, it's only once a week.
Respect the balance.
Respect the balance. No, I do love babies around 3 months.
Well, no,
That's when the face settles. It's like it's like a lasagna. No, and
yeah, it's like when you get a nose job and it's like fresh the first few months, but then it settles and you're like, I look
yeah,
good
like
now.
you know, the girls are out in December getting the nose jobs,
Yeah,
and in January they're settling. In March is when you want to see them.
I got my nose job in summer break.
Well, we went to Mexico City in December, and it was
Oh,
like land
yeah.
of the nose jobs. People were with bandages on their noses everywhere.
Yeah, well, because I think in Mexico City people get nose jobs either winter break or summer break, because it's like when you're like at home, so people don't have to see you if you're going to work or school.
Which I didn't know it was like buying a new laptop. Like, oh, I feel like getting a nose job. Let me do it, girl. Like, I'm not that one. I've had nose insecurities growing up, I think, and I never once thought to myself, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna get a nose job. I just eventually learned to love my nose.
That's beautiful.
Well, yes. For me
What
it
a
is, because it was
privilege
convenient. I
must be
didn't.
to be handsome, Dion.
Pretty privilege.
And Babygirl, he's just so hot.
Yeah. We're back to Babygirl.
Well, what were we talking about before?
Babygirl is hot.
Oh, the ugly baby. So, she didn't ask for any advice or anything. She just said the best friend's baby was ugly. Which,
And did you agree?
Because I feel like when babies are born, like the first week, they just like look very swollen. They just need ice packs everywhere.
Which is fine.
But they've been through a
like,
lot. They've
Exactly.
been
The roller
through a
coaster of
lot.
life. You know
But
what?
if a baby's ugly...
Hold space for me. This is crazy.
What?
Our mothers are there for our first breath. And if we see them die, we're there for their last.
Oy. I didn't know that was happening.
No, just hold space, because someone said this today, and it's
I've
like
seen it.
this cycle of
There's
life.
videos. Well, I'm on queer media.
No, but this cycle of life, like, it's like people say that when you experience this other end of it, the sad end, that it's like you get this like euphoria of like, oh my god, like a cycle of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard something about it today and it blew my mind.
I know, it's wild. It's like,
Sorry
it's
if I
cute.
sorry if I took you to a dark place, but I'm trying to see the light in the cycle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's kind of like the Bad Bunny album.
How?
Like the song. Debbie, did I mess up? A lot of people are crying about it, but I think isn't it a breakup song?
Oh, why? What is it? What's the theme?
But they say it's like it's a really cute song, and it says like, I should have taken more photos when I was with you. I should have held you tighter or given you another hug, something like that. So people were making it about like being in the moment.
Yeah, like I feel like when we're around people we love, like we're always like, oh, let's take photos and stuff, and people are like, oh, we always forget, and it's like, yeah, you got to remember those little things. I feel
like we got really good at being in the moment and like embracing every second after the pandemic, I think.
Yeah, it taught us a lesson in that.
Yeah,
like I feel like when we had to meditate and look inward during the pandemic, it was a time of reflection of like, what does gratitude really mean to us? And that for us is like the moments of life. I feel like you can get caught up in things that don't matter.
Cause also I see like the same pattern. Like it was like us, like our friends that we were with, we all like had the same like revelation, kind of because we were like on our own, kid. Like we didn't know when we were gonna see our families or anyone else, so it kind of changed. But like people, I feel like that were like,
yeah, like
living in big groups and everything, they didn't get to experience it that much. This change.
Yeah, like it's a different experience when you're on your own figuring things out.
Yeah.
No?
You're on your own, kid.
You always have been. Oh, speaking of, because you have that tattoo, when are we going to get our next tattoo?
I was just talking about tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, on TikTok Live. Go follow us if you're not from America.
What's your sexiest tattoo, like on a man, where, because like I know there's places on my body I want to get tattoos because I find it like sexy, and I'm like, okay, I want a tattoo there.
Where would I get a tattoo?
Yeah, on you, or what do you find sexy on other guys? Like, for instance, the typical like spider tattoo on the lower right of the ab or whatever. There's like,
you have someone in mind.
No,
Speak on it.
I don't.
Speak on it.
I'm saying the typical fuckboy ones that people always have.
That's not a typical fuckboy. I only know one person that has a spider tattoo on his abs.
Who?
And you know the name as well.
Who?
What's his name?
Vinny Hacker.
Oh! Say it twice and he appears.
Oh, Vinny Hacker. I think that like there's just certain points in the body where sometimes I'm like, that's attractive, and then other times I'm like, but I wouldn't do it. So what do you think?
Like
for instance, the neck. I would never do it, even though I think it would look good on me.
Yeah, necks are just tricky. Also, like if you get saggy in the future.
No, I want to build out here and like, yeah, on the abs.
Yeah, maybe like the ribs vibes.
Yeah. Someone on my new viral prank was like, oh my God, his ribs are so big and flat and nasty or something.
Yours or mine?
Mine. Well, one was to assume. I was shirtless in it. Were you?
No.
Yeah, so I assume me. But I'm just like, and then someone else was like, oh my God, can I ask a question? You have a hole in your chest, which people always say. And I'm like, y'all, no shit. Like, if you see the hole in my chest, what makes you get to
that
feel
you never noticed it?
Yeah, like as if I don't know. By the way, just letting you know, girl, you have a hole in your chest. I knew. I'm aware.
Yeah, someone was like on our TikTok that it was like a twink prison one. They were like, oh my God.
Which we are the blueprint.
Did you see that thing that's on his arm? They messaged me privately. Have you guys looked at that thing that's on his arm? Is it like your birthmark?
My birthmark?
Yeah. And they were worried. They were like, make sure you check it.
They were worried?
Yeah. But I was
for what,
like,
girl?
Like, is it a birthmark? Or because if it's not a birthmark, it could be really bad discoloration that you should get checked.
People need to mind their own business.
I was like, no, it's a birthmark. Thank you, though. But
genuinely, people need to mind their business. People have like,
yeah, I got one too for my nails.
What kind of comment is that?
I posted a Snapchat and someone was like, ooh, you should get your nails checked. It looks like nail cancer. I was like,
but
what?
The greatest thing I've ever heard is if there's something that you can't, like if there's something you see on someone and something they can't change in like 5 minutes, don't comment on it. And especially with people's skin, I just feel like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right? Because it's not like, oh yeah, I'll see if it's cancer in 5 minutes. No, you have to get a whole thing done.
Like, please.
So maybe just say, oh, go to the doctor.
That's a big mind your own business. It's crazy, the comment section. Like, it's really a deep dive place. I feel like we need a little a little corner of the pod where we just talk about the
comment
comments
section. Yeah, my video is going viral. The one where I smell your pits and eat the broccoli. Iconic, I know.
Literally bothered.
But
Heidi
so
in Closet got
many
bothered.
people, including Heidi
in Closet,
are bothered about it.
Well, I think she was in jest, like joking. No.
I don't know, but like it's like because most of the hate comments that I got on that video are from queer people. It's in queer media. I've seen it.
Well, yes,
and they're all like,
we love a queer hate.
They're like, this is why they're taking our rights away.
Which is really like
this is why people get hate crimed. This is why people are homophobic. It's like, I'm like,
it's
no,
a really
girl.
fucked up thing to say.
It's like people are homophobic because they're assholes. Don't justify it. People get hate crimed because people.
Yeah, if you're not saying it as a joke, like in the same way as like we take back the power with like the word like, you know.
Fig.
You know, it's if it's not being said in that way. If you're dead serious, like that's such a sick thing to say, because that's so like rooted in hate and separation of our community, and like just going into stigmas and like toxic shit.
And it's just weird because it's the whole thing about like how people. I feel like the gay community, a lot of gays, not to generalize, but a lot of gays feel like if another gay succeeds, they're not gonna succeed, so they have to tear them down.
It's like, yeah, the tear down mentality is it's not okay.
Strong in the gays,
but it's so unnecessary because there's
like,
room for everyone to succeed. The only way like we all grow and succeed in this world is like by outreach, and I feel like being creative beings, it allows us to inspire and uplift others.
Yeah.
But you can't do that if all you're doing is tearing people down.
Yeah, it's like if you're just tearing people down, you're not gonna grow. But I've seen it like, for example, when the gays that do the mean gays moments, they're going on tour in Australia, and then someone was like, oh, what even is this? Like another gay person criticizing it. And then like all the comments criticizing them. I'm like, girl, but why are you doing that? Like, shouldn't you just be like, because I think
when we say holding space, like we're holding space for people having their moment. Like,
yeah,
because there's people having their moment and they have their fans and they're people who enjoy what they do. And like you just said, like let that be what it is. Not everyone has to like everything, and that doesn't mean there's not a bubble of people who do appreciate something.
Like if I see a gay person that's doing something I don't like, or like I'm not vibing with, I don't have the urge to comment on it and say, this is why they're taking our rights away, you idiot. Like, it's like, I just swipe.
And also what we do in a large aspect with our content is entertainment. And I think what we do is great storytelling, and there's an art to it.
Yeah, that video is so funny.
And we truly know what we're doing because we've been doing it for a long time, and we love to create. And yeah, it's truly just like coming from a place of almost like not willing to understand the art of what we do.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, if you don't like it,
because let's be real, people end up just making us the blueprint. So what you're really bothered by is that now you're seeing the trends we create go viral for other people. Well, guess what? It's because I think, like you just said, we exist in a lane of just doing our thing, what we want to create. We're not like looking at others or comparing or whatever or getting bothered. And that's why we do make blueprints, baby.
We are the blueprint.
You have to just kind of step into your own shit sometimes and be like, this is something I do, and I do it well.
And you're gonna respect
and you're gonna enjoy it or go do something else with your life. But as far as Heidi in Closet goes, we're just gonna say, girl, you were just messing.
But if you want to be messing,
let's acknowledge it. Let's get on the pod.
Let's get on the pod. Because I feel like, because like all the hate comments, most of the hate comments started after she commented on my video.
Well, of course. And that's like what's cool is because at least it opens up that conversation of us being able to reflect on like what goes beyond it being a joke of like, this is why they take our rights.
Yeah, like when
actually being like that, how much of people in our community saying that is like super dangerous considering
when Heidi in
the climate we're in.
When Heidi in Closet had like really ugly outfits in Drag Race, I never went on her profile and said, this is why there's homophobia. I just said slay.
Yeah.
But
that's like I think it's a matter of respect.
Yeah.
Because you respect fellow queer arts.
Yeah.
And the queer arts is clearly
queefing.
Work weaving. Work weaving. Hello.
Okay, so I joined a new school and started talking to this one boy. I thought he was cute and all, and he lives in the same village and in the same class, and we started dating, and then we started getting a bit more serious and started doing things, and then he told me he wanted to slow it down, and yet he wanted it the most, while I just wanted real love. Right. So then I said we needed to talk because how it was going was awful. And we talked. He said to me that he was still thinking about his crush every time we did stuff, and that's why he didn't want to do it anymore. Kind of like Babygirl. Then we talked it out for a week or so. Then he started to become bitchy and distant to me and didn't seem to care. I knew what was coming, kinda. But I was going to the bus stop where my bike was parked. He walked with me, and there's no punctuation here, y'all. It's good though. It's getting good. To the bus stop where my bike was parked, and he
had me at bus stop,
and he walked with me, and it had snowed. And we had the whole way of snowball
fights. Snow cocaine. What's going on?
And then we talked, and he said he wasn't happy about our relationship and that it was for the best. And if we broke up, I got mad and said this is why I wanted to talk. He tried to calm me down, and then later on, I found out he had planned to break up with me, like literally the day and everything.
What is going on over there?
I got lost.
You got us lost too. You got us lost.
He cried to my mom that he didn't want to hurt me and still wanted to be friends and go to the concert together, and then completely said other things to me. Like I literally screamed and cried at the same time. I've never done that, especially not to my mom, and I did cry to her like that because I really loved him, and I still do, but he never loved me. If he was crazy about someone else the whole entire fucking time.
We went forwards and backwards in that.
It honestly sounds like just writing it all down into the Dear Fairy
into the void
Google form helped you out because it got it all out.
It feels like what you needed to do was done, and well,
fuck that person.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like you are clean now.
Like, what do you think about if you were to be thinking of another person, like you had a crush on someone and you couldn't stop thinking about them while we're hooking up, you're thinking about them
style, and I'm like, cover my eyes.
Yeah, like morally, do you think like there's grounds for that in relationships?
Well,
what's your tea?
Like, I think it's like if you're communicating to the other person, like kind of like, oh, let's do it, and I'll pretend you're Harris Dickinson. Then it's like consensual. But I feel like if we're doing it and then I start, like, if you started thinking about someone else, I'll be like, that's rude.
Exactly. It's how you approach it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know because you're just thinking about the other person.
Right. So if you think like someone's like having sex with you for months and the whole time thinking about someone else, there's like a moral issue there.
Yeah, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I would as well. I'd be like, well, then you can go be present somewhere else because you're not present in this.
Right, you have to be present in the moment.
Yeah, that's what it's about for me.
Oh, sorry you went through that, bestie.
Because like, yeah, when you invite the other person into your fantasy, then it becomes
hotter, kind of like
you're
Babygirl, the end of Babygirl. Babygirl, let's watch Babygirl.
Babygirl, yeah, because they came to realize that they could explore those things together. Wow.
And because it's like in the beginning, not to go back to that, but in the beginning of the movie, she's so ashamed to say.
We love a circle back moment.
In the beginning of the movie, she's so ashamed to say, "Oh, I want to watch porn while we have sex."
Yeah,
but then
like
at the
full
end of the
shame
movie,
of like going to another room and being quiet,
yeah,
stifling her orgasm.
And at the end of the movie, she's this boss, so loud, empowered person that's like, "This is what I want, and I'm gonna get it."
We know a few people who would love this movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's very much like lovely to see new stories being told with such strong female leads, and the stories are so dynamic. So I'm excited to see what 2025 brings in theater.
Me too. Oh, besties, I got so rude.
It did. Shout out to our demonetized besties over on patreon.com/bestia, which is the only place where you can see all now 6 seasons of So Rude. That's crazy. We're at episode 115.
Oh,
that's wild. We've done like probably 20 episodes with our new set.
And
She's
we have
fully
to put something
broken
here.
it.
We'll do that soon.
Yeah, we're gonna vibe. What do you guys think we should put
Shout
here?
out to the Rainbow Clown Besties. We love you.
We love you so much. And of course, our Sebastian collectors. Manny will be sending out more Polaroids signed over on Patreon and whatnot this week. So check out the tiers and we'll see if they need updating. We'll post a mukbang on there this week as well.
Love
y'all.
you, besties. Bye.
Bye.
I'm a homie being sus, breaked up. Does he know I noticed? Does he want some? Call my homie being sus, don't get caught. Tell his girl we're just chilling while I taste him. Call my homie